Yo, what is up, guys? Thanks for coming back and checking out some more Space Engineers on my channel. We're back at it here for another episode, and it's quite evident what my first thing needs to be. What is moving around over there? Oh, that's the turret. Yeah, the first order of business of this episode is going to be getting the rest of this cleaned up. Yeah, that wheel that fell off of our big old grinding and drill rig. So we're gonna get this cleaned up, and then we'll get started on the ice drill rig here, the stationary one. I should have way more than enough resources between what I've already gathered, and yeah, that drill rig should be complete by the end of this episode. And if we get enough time, maybe I'll do some modifications to this and start looking for some gold and silver deposits and get all that good stuff before we go to space. So without further ado, I'm gonna snap my fingers and make all of this disappear, and I will see you guys once I've finished doing that. So note to self, do a better job at measuring. I'm having to take on this kaiju at a bunch of different angles, but I think I've got most of this cleared up now. I should be able to, just eat up the rest of this. So this project is almost complete. I did fix the wheels, cleaned up some of the other debris, and now we're gonna finish this off. Well, we're not gonna finish this off. I need to wait 1 second. There was something I was working on, and before I forget, I need to get it done. We got a lot of batteries in here, and so far I've only set up one additional battery. By the way, I did do some painting and added that frost texture. Makes this look a little bit more immersifying. And then I also built a very large wind turbine. I used the federal industrial mod to get a little bit bigger windmills, just because I don't feel like making hundreds of these. It doesn't look right to me. And just one giant windmill. I even built around it a little bit to give it some structure since it's so large, and that should keep me from losing any grid, say if I lose power. So that wind should always be going. Let me just look at how good that actually is working. Yeah, so that one turbine, max output 6.4 megawatts. That's really all you need for power early game. Obviously it's a lot of resources to craft a giant one, but once you get past using a couple small ones like I was using at the starter base, you have enough resources to make a real nice one. So I did get a bunch of batteries crafted, or the power cells I mean. So what I'm gonna do is probably clear out these blocks, make these all batteries. Let's do probably 6 total. I think there's like 8 over there. There's no way I'm going to be able to get them all, but we'll go ahead and craft what we need for that. Alright, so I got all the components I need deposited into each one of these batteries. So we just got to finish welding them up, and I'm going to turn all of these on recharge. And instead of just jumping into grinding all that stuff, I'm going to give it a little bit for these batteries to soak up some of that power. They should recharge pretty quickly, especially with the 6 megawatt turbine running. I'm not really refining or producing a whole lot right now. I don't know. There may be still some silver processing, but we'll get all these batteries turned on to recharge. And I'm going to see what's the time on that. So about 13 minutes. This one's probably already fully charged. So 13 minutes for those. And then what are these? These are going to be depleted in 32 minutes. So we could definitely expand the battery bank, but I think this is more than enough. 6 batteries for this small station. We can always add more later if we have charging issues. Let's go ahead and paint that too. Yeah, I got me a cryopod I just threw on here. I pulled it out of the ship and put it up here. That way I could sleep through the nights. Yeah, so these batteries are gonna deplete, and while they're doing that, I gotta come up with something. So we'll think about it, or we'll just we'll take a 13-minute break, and I'll bring you guys back, and we'll just finish grinding this out. Alright, well I think that about does it for the kaiju. So it's nothing much but a hole in the ground now. Gotta finish cleaning up the last bit of the remains, and the couple pieces that I built that I thought I was gonna just build off of that thing and keep it the way it was, but this was such a better idea. We got tons of resources, and we'll be in space in no time. And we'll definitely be trading a lot of these valuable resources with the CLBT station. So yep, here's that last little bit, and then I'll be connecting and depositing all these resources. Let's actually see what we got in here. Yeah, reactor. So there was a reactor in there, I guess. I didn't see any uranium or nothing, but it could have just been an emptied out reactor. And there's a chance we may have more encounters where we find some uranium before we leave the planet, but I don't have my hopes up for that. Probably gonna drop that piece onto the ground. No, it's floating. How is that floating? I guess a lot of that stuff attached to that station for some reason not affected by physics. Go ahead, chop it all up. So for what it was used for, this actually worked out pretty good. I don't know if I'll keep this whole behemoth, if I'll fix it, or if I'll rebuild it or start over. The turning part of it is just horrible. I definitely need to work on the engineering of the turning. So let's see. Now I should be able to drop the wheels. And where are we doing? Offset. We're gonna bring these down. Now we can connect, no issues. We will just do all inventory slots, cargo, put everything away. That's why I was trying to put it all in its own inventory. Now the only thing this station's missing is a refinery. Go ahead and turn our grinders off and get out of there. So yeah, this little or I shouldn't say little, I think I said big little in the last episode, but yeah, this rig did it. It got us a ton of resources from that crash ship, and mind you, there's still some more of it under the ice. We're probably gonna leave that to just kind of die off on its own. I don't even know if there's even any batteries left on it. Yeah, there's a little bit of battery. Go type in batteries. Yeah, there is a lot of power still down here. Something's smoking. Go ahead and drill out a little bit of this to see if we can find out what is on fire. Maybe put it out. Just that. Gonna drive me nuts for some random reason. I guess it was that window was on fire. That's interesting. And there's a survival kit down here.
Inventory full.
Go ahead and take those parts, pause them into that. We'll clean a little bit of this up. Now I wonder if there's a way for this grid. Go to, I think we want everything in this whole grid. Transfer to me. And if I don't want it to be anymore, I just delete it, which I'll probably do just to keep the clutter down. I think it's in here. Can't remember how to clear out grids. Oh yeah, let's go here. I think this is how you do it. Go to info, NPC rec, go to info, should have NPC rec grid. Yeah. Let's save so I don't mess anything up, because I could end up accidentally deleting mine if it's part of that grid. What is going on here? So 496 blocks. We're looking for a 496 block grid. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, why I can't find this grid here. I thought there was an easy way to clean these up. Grid name, we'll call it 001, convert to ship, not possible. Info. Just me, or does it just not exist on here for some reason? Is it part of my faction? Transfer to nobody, maybe? It's kind of frustrating, like I just want to get rid of it, but you know what? It's just gonna be here forever. That's fine. Maybe it'll despawn at some point. I could always attach some thrusters to it and leave them on full throttle all the time. But anyway, on to the next project. We'll go ahead and let this charge up. We'll probably use it a little bit for drilling, or we'll take it apart later on. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of expand out in this direction. We're gonna build a hydrogen mining drill system. So we'll make it pretty big. I usually make them probably about 7 blocks wide or so, and then we'll definitely need a couple more cargo containers. And we'll use some H2 gens. Now this is a cool thing with the Federal Industrials mod, where you've got these it's like an industrial H2 generator, and these are really sweet. They'll turn a lot of ice into a lot of hydrogen very quickly and efficiently. So that's pretty much what this will be. It'll definitely be a handful of large tanks, couple large containers, and a couple of those H2O2 generators, and then we'll get to building our spaceship after that. So drill rig and then spaceship, and then we will be entering the solar system. We'll be flying into space. Probably first place we'll end up is going to be on the moon, or maybe we'll go through a couple asteroids and find some platinum and some uranium to fuel the jump drives. And I'd say a good end goal for this series is probably going to just be getting to the alien planet. I don't think I'll be taking on the Factorum. I'm not trying to really drag this series on. Space Engineers 2 is going to be coming out, and I'm definitely going to be playing a lot of that, even though it's just creative. I just want to get good at the new grid system, and you know, maybe play around with crashing some ships and stuff on that until they get the, you know, the other mechanics of the game out, like mining and manufacturing and all that fun stuff. But yep, I'm gonna get to work on the drill rig, and I'll bring you guys back whenever I got something fun to show you. So I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Alrighty, so quick update. The monstrosity has been destroyed. It was actually deleted by accident, and I could save it from a backup, but I wasn't super attached to it. It served its purpose. I've got a lot done over here as far as the hydrogen plant. So I've got 3 industrial containers and 3 industrial H2O2 generators. I've got the 2 tanks that I originally built when I started working on this to extract all the hydrogen from the kaiju. And then I've got 4 tanks that are in production. I'll get those 4 built. So then we have our main source of power here with the turbine. And then right here is the start of the drilling rig. Now in an effort of trying to get rid of this grid, and like pretty much any grid that I'm done with or don't really need, and it's just kind of litter in my game, it always affects performance. But usually you can go into here and find all your grids. So this does say created blocks info, and obviously I didn't create this spawned in, but I don't know how to transfer it to me in order to be able to get rid of this grid altogether. Something I just don't understand. Maybe if I share with all and transfer to nobody, I have no idea. Yeah, this grid still doesn't exist. I don't know how to get rid of this grid right here. But yeah, in the effort to get rid of that, I ended up destroying the spawn pod, or at least half of it, because a lot of these things are like a grid to a grid to a grid. They don't count as one grid. So in the act of destroying all these spare grids I thought I didn't need, I ended up destroying all the pistons that were attached to that piston and the drilling and all that. But that'll be easy. I never built it, so I'm happy I didn't destroy any resources. I did lose all the resources for the monstrosity, but with that said, you know, it is what it is, and I'm actually just going to get rid of that in general. So goodbye. Can't get rid of this. If anyone knows how to get rid of grids that you didn't spawn in or that you didn't build, you know, this was part of the enhancement exploration mod, and it spawned in because of that, or it was one of the abandoned settlements, or one of those mods spawned in. And I can't figure out how to get rid of this other than exhaust it from all of its power. And it should despawn if I get over a certain amount of distance based on the cleanup settings. Not sure what I have my settings at. I can always check those if I start having issues. But yeah, this don't go away. I don't know how to get to go away. Maybe I'll figure that out later. Maybe somebody in the comments has an answer for that. I'd be very much appreciative of any info on getting rid of grids you didn't put into the game. All with that said, I'm gonna call this end of an episode. We'll start the next one up with finalizing the drill build, and then we're gonna absolutely have to build a new ship. So will we do another drill rig? Or will we just do start working on a large grid spaceship with a small grid miner? I do have, let me look. Where are my blueprints? I think it's Control B, Shift B, Alt B. I can't remember. Shift B, Control B, Alt B. How do I get my blueprints? That's paint. I've done that already. I'm having a brain fart here. Control Shift B. Yeah, so I just made a blueprint of that. How do I open blueprint in general? Yeah, I don't know. Wait, what? Let me just look at the options real quick. Controls. Game. Key bindings? What? Okay, so it's been a while since I've actually had to learn how to use something, and I guess the game doesn't even have... I could have sworn there was key bindings and something in this game, but never mind. Well, I have to relearn how to open up my blueprints without creating a blueprint. So what is it? Just Control B to create a blueprint. So now I have 2 blueprints of that thing. We'll just delete. Yes. Delete. Yes. So I think it's really just a matter of there's no real way to open the blueprint menu other than creating a blueprint. And then if you want to get a blueprint, it's just going to be using the projector. And that is more than likely the way for doing that. Anywhere. Anywhere. Okay, now let's just go ahead and throw this on there. And then blueprint, or projector, and then blueprints. So that's when you pick the miner. Oh, S. I can't even remember the blueprints I made. The Rebel miner, large space miner. I think the Rebel miner is probably a good planetary miner. Just select that. Incorrect grid size. Blueprint size must match that of the projector. Well, that would make sense. Been a obviously long time since I've messed around with any of this. This is large grid, I know it is, but it's for space. I just want to see. I haven't played with these. Yep, so cool. All right, I'm gonna disable that projector. Remove. We'll go ahead and turn that off. Yeah, so I'll have to make a small grid projector, and we'll build up our mining ship. Probably just a small grid mining ship. We'll finish up this drill rig. And so much more. Maybe not. That'd probably be it. But as long as I get the drill rig, tons of ice, tons of hydrogen. I think I need a refinery here and some other things. But we're not far off from doing some major manufacturing, space travel, and trading. It won't be long. Too bad that station was too far away and I was too... I don't want to say lazy, but just not motivated to do business with them and move everything around. So it is what it is. We are gonna call it here. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, smash that like button, and we'll be back for some more in Space Engineers in the next episode. All right, see you guys later.